Picture this, a huge cargo ship as heavy as 10,000 tons rising 200 meters into the sky. That's higher than the Statue of Liberty stacked on top of the Great Pyramid of Giza. And it's not a science fiction movie, it's real. Welcome to China's Goupitan Shiplift, a massive steel platform that works like an elevator for ships, built right in the middle of the mountains. For ships, the journey used to take 4 days of fighting currents, dangerous rapids, and endless zigzags through narrow gorges. Now, just 10 minutes, up, over, and gone. And it wasn't cheap. The project cost nearly 5.6 billion yuan, or about 777 million US dollars, almost the same as building a small international airport. And the reason it exists? That story goes deep into rivers, mountains, and a national mission to control nature itself. This is the story of how China built one of the world's tallest, heaviest elevators, not for people, but for ships. China is one of the biggest trading nations in the world, but not all parts of the country are built for easy transport. Take Guizhou province, for example, one of the most mountainous and rugged areas in all of China. Guizhou is filled with sharp limestone peaks, deep valleys, and twisting cliffside roads that climb and fall like roller coasters. This region sits far from the coast, surrounded by steep hills and broken terrain. During rainy seasons, these roads can turn into muddy rivers, and landslides are a real danger. There are hardly any flat surfaces here. Building highways, railways, or canals is incredibly hard and expensive. This landscape might be beautiful, but it's a nightmare for trade. Now imagine trying to move a shipping container full of goods from a factory deep in Guizhou to the coast, where it can be exported overseas. That one trip could take weeks by truck, with slow speeds, dangerous roads, and endless fuel costs. And because of the mountain barriers, the price to move goods inland can be 3 times higher than moving them by sea. The Wu River runs through Guizhou. It's not easy to sail on. The river cuts through narrow gorges and steep cliffs, and it drops nearly 200 meters in elevation before it connects with the Yangtze River, China's biggest waterway. Engineers tried building traditional river locks, which raise and lower boats like stairs using water levels. But with such a huge height difference, you'd need 20 or more locks in a row. That could take hours or even days to pass through, not exactly efficient for modern shipping. This created a bottleneck in one of China's fastest growing provinces. Guizhou has over 36 million people, but industries there were being slowed down, not by a lack of workers or products, but by the mountains themselves. That's when Chinese engineers and officials started thinking differently. Instead of avoiding the mountains, what if ships could climb over them? Not slowly and painfully, but in just minutes. This bold idea led to one of the most ambitious infrastructure projects in the world, a giant ship elevator that turns part of the Wu River into a vertical water highway. At the Goupitan Dam in Guizhou, Chinese engineers didn't just build one ship lift, they built 3, all working together in a carefully planned system. This project became one of the most advanced and tallest ship lifting systems in the world. Let's break down how it works. Step 1. First lift, 75 meters up. The journey starts at the bottom of the dam. A ship sails into a giant steel box called a ship chamber filled with water. This box is connected to powerful motors and lifting cables. The first lift raises the ship 75 meters straight up, about as tall as a 25-story building. Step 2. Canal and tunnel, 2.3 kilometers long. Once the ship is lifted, it floats through a canal and tunnel system that's 2.3 kilometers long, about the length of 24 football fields. This connects the first lift to the next stage and allows ships to move safely without needing to touch land. Step 3. Second lift, 127 meters up, world record. The second lift is the tallest ship elevator on Earth. It lifts ships 127 meters, higher than a 40-story skyscraper. This massive steel chamber is strong enough to carry 500-ton vessels, filled with cargo, water, and all. The ship chamber itself weighs around 3,000 tons. That's like lifting 15 Boeing 747 airplanes at once, and yet it completes the job in around 10 minutes. Step 4. Final lift, 47 meters down. At the top, ships enter the final lift, which lowers them 47 meters into the upper reservoir behind the dam. After this, they can continue sailing upstream or unload cargo nearby. How China built it. Building the Goupitan ship lift system wasn't just a big project, it was a mega challenge. It took years of planning, testing, and construction. Chinese engineers had to solve problems that few had ever faced before. The steep mountain cliffs made it hard to move machines and workers. The area had unstable rocks and frequent landslides, which made construction risky. The dam's high water pressure was powerful enough to crush equipment if anything went wrong. And most of all, they had to build precise, heavy-moving parts, like a giant elevator for ships, in the middle of remote mountains. To make it all work, they used giant electric motors to lift and lower the ship chambers, precision gearboxes to control the movement safely and smoothly, super strong steel cables, thick as tree trunks, to carry the massive weight, and rollers and tracks, like what you see on elevators, but built to hold ships weighing hundreds of tons. Each ship chamber is like a steel bathtub on rails filled with water and a ship inside. The biggest one weighs over 3,000 tons, more than 15 jumbo jets. Lifting that requires a lot of energy. Each time a ship is lifted or lowered, the system uses a large amount of electricity, up to 1,000 kilowatt hours per lift. That's enough power to run an average house for over a month. The lifts are powered directly by the Goupitan Dam itself, a hydropower dam that produces clean energy from the river's flow. So the lifts are 100% powered by renewable energy, making them not only fast and powerful, but also environmentally friendly. Before the ship lift, Guizhou province was stuck. This beautiful but rugged region is full of sharp mountains, narrow roads, and deep valleys. Moving goods in or out was slow, expensive, and dangerous. Companies avoided it. Jobs were few. Many villages lived off farming and had little connection to the outside world. But in 2021, everything changed. The Goupitan ship lift cut shipping time from days to minutes. Suddenly, cargo could move fast, safely, and cheaply. And the results? Shipping costs dropped by 67%. Factories increased production by 42%. Foreign investment jumped by 83%. Whole towns began to change. Places that were once tiny farming villages are now becoming busy transport hubs, tourist spots, new industrial zones. Factories for electronics, machinery, and chemicals started popping up along the river. More jobs were created. People no longer had to leave the province for work. Roads were built. Hotels, restaurants, and schools followed. Even tourism is booming. Thousands of visitors now come to see this ship elevator in the sky, boosting local businesses and putting Guizhou on the map.